Live now. Alrighty. Now I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna make plenty of boo-boos, so it's to be expected. Now I'm gonna try to make this quick as possible because mom's laptop only has about, she's trying to wave and all you saw was like a blur like this in front of the webcam, like some spooky ghost is trying to come on. Y'all heard that. I didn't, that was her. So I'm not, she's saying it, not me. Anywho, so y'all can see, that's what we're going to do. So, since Samhain or SAMHAIN, so there's so many pronunciations to this thing, or All Hallows Eve, or Halloween, or frickin' Maine Coons. You see this? This is why it's hard to work. Hard to work when you have familiars that are just like all up your butt. You know, I love the fracker. Anywho, so as I promised, we're going to start the introductory and start going ahead and getting into this because I know a lot of people have been asking basic rituals so they can start understanding things to do around the special holidays because Christianity, Catholic, Kwanzaa, you know, different things that people do for their own specific holidays and their own beliefs. They have their own. Just in case people don't have their own way to purchase these, I did not write this book. A very talented, many authors, if I'm not, well, www.llewellyn.com put this book out. That is the correspondence of this one, and it came from facebook.com, of course. And it's from Body, Mind, and Spirit / Witchcraft. And the back goes, a celebration of Harvest Inn and the Witch's New Year. Samhain, also known as Halloween, is the final spoke in the wheel of the year. At this time, the harvest has finished and the veil between the world is at its thinnest. This guide shows you how to practice the serious work of divination and honoring the dead along with the more light-hearted activities of Halloween. I skipped one. Gosh darn it. Rituals, recipes, lore, spells, divination, crafts, correspondence, invocations, prayers, meditations. Llewellyn Sabbath Essentials explore the old and new ways of celebrating the seasonal rites that are the cornerstones of the witch's year. Now, the reason why I decided to go ahead and start getting into this because I know that a lot of people love to get their hands on these, and I decided to go ahead and do this so I could, you know, one, share it on Facebook, two, get it out to the mainstream of YouTube because I think it's about time that we start getting it out there. And you know, people do streaming all the time. There's no crime in streaming. I do own this book. I bought it with my own money, so I own that right to do that. So I'm not saying, hey, I'm the author. I wrote this book. I'm not saying that in any way. I'm just saying I own this book. I have every right to read it, you know, and I'm giving complete credit to the author. I'm giving complete credit to the people who published it. So so there's no way I can get copyright infringement or any of those blah de blah de blah de blahs. So, yeah. So, the contents go as follows. You have the series introduction, of course, which is part 1. Then we go to the old ways, which goes to the 13. The new ways, which goes through 13 to 45. The spells and divinations, which goes from 45 to 77. Recipes and the crafts, which goes from 77 to 105. Prayers and the invocations goes from 105 to 147. And then the rituals and celebrations goes from 105 to 147. And then rituals of celebration goes from 147 to 177. Correspondence for Samhain goes from 177 to 211. Further reading goes from 211 to 225. The bibliography Goes from 211 to 220. I'm doing a Missy Elliott. I'm going backwards.
Battery charger. You know the charger. I'll go
I
get
don't
it.
need a charger, Mother. Can you please bring me the charger?
You need it right now?
I might, because you know me, I talk a lot.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so let's go ahead and go with the essentials. Loose, yeah. Let me wet my whistle here. Water. Y'all did not sign on here to see me drink water, but here we go. Gotta get a good drink of water. Yeah, admire the stuffed animals in the thing trying to escape the cabinet. Okay, Llewellyn Sabbath Essentials. It provides instruction and inspiration for honoring. These people are so freaking rude. I swear to God. Okay. It provides inspiration for honoring each of the modern witches' Sabbats, packed with spells, rituals, meditation, history, lore, and invocation, divination, recipes, crafts, and more. Each book in this 8-volume series, yes, I have all, so I'm going to go ahead and go through all of them right at the peak of every one. So that's why I want to hurry up and get to this one since we are in Samhain. So I'm going to go through each one for every rite that we have, for every Sabbath that we go through. So we're going to go ahead and do that. So I'm going to read over this through the duration of Samhain. So we can go ahead and, get right into it. Okay. So, series explores both the old and new ways of celebrating the seasonal rites that act as cornerstones in the witch's year. There are 8 Sabbats or holidays celebrated by Wiccans and many other neo-pagans, modern pagans, today. Together, these 8 sacred days make up what's known as the Wheel of the Year, or the Sabbat cycle, with each Sabbath corresponding to an important turning point. Devoting our attention to the Wheel of the Year allows us to better tune ourselves to the energetic cycles of nature and listen to what each season is whispering or shouting to us, rather than working against the natural tides. What better time to start new projects than us? Us. The new projects than as the earth reawakens after a long winter. And suddenly everything is blooming and growing and shooting up out of the ground again. And what better time to meditate and plan ahead than during the introspective slumber of winter? With Lul's Sabbath Essentials, you'll learn to focus on the spiritual aspects of the wheel of the year, how to move through it and with it in harmony, and how to celebrate your own ongoing growth and achievements. This may be your first book on Wicca, witchcraft, or paganism, on your newest addition to a bookcase or e-reader already crammed with magical wisdom. In either case, we hope you will find something of value here to take with you on your journey. You see this while I'm reading? My bad. Maybe I should do this. Take a trip through the wheel of the year. The 8 Sabbaths each mark. Okay, so here's trying to slap me with the damn thing.
No, I can see
I have the cat button the book, and he's butting the microphone. If you hear weird ASMR. Bad puns, man. I'm telling you. The memes are for real, y'all. The noises, I'm telling you, y'all. Okay. The 8 Sabbaths. Okay. It says take a trip through the wheel of the year. Okay. And I'll show you some of the pictures as we go. But it's going to be a little granular because, got to upgrade them. I'm probably going to get another webcam either this week or next week since it was kind of granular. So I'll do that since I did get a mic, because for some reason her microphone, she doesn't have a microphone on her laptop. It's a good laptop, but Okay.
My headphones you danced about that.
She's a bitchy witch.
No.
Demonetized. No. Okay, I'm gonna behave. Okay. The 8 sabbats each mark an important point in nature's annual cycles. Imagine me being your teacher when I'm really hyper. Damn it. They are depicted as 8 evenly spaced spokes on a wheel representing the year as a whole. The dates on which they are nearly evenly spaced on the calendar as well. Wheel of the year, Northern Hemisphere, as solstice on equinox dates are approximate, and one should consult an almanac or a calendar to find correct dates each year. Introduction. Now, you can't really see, well, you might. I could probably take a picture later, maybe. Maybe? Maybe? Yeah, you can see some of it. But it shows Samhain, Yule, Embolic, Austria, Bethane, Midsummer. That one that is like lunatic. Mayborn. That one that starts with the L. I'm gonna have to put it in and let Google pronunciate it for me. But yeah. It's like Lug. It's like like you're trying to clear your throat. I know I'm making fun of my own thing, but it's like you think you don't have to have a phlegm flipping out of your throat, and I'm native on top of it, and I'm sitting here making fun of myself. Yeah. Hey, hey. I'm having one of my spirit guys right in the computer screen. I'm trying. I don't know. Okay. Anyway, the wheel is compressed of 2 groups of 4 holidays each. There are 4 solar festivals relating to the sun's position in the sky, dividing the year into quarters: the spring equinox, the summer solstice, the fall equinox, and the winter solstice, all of which are dated astronomically and thus vary slightly from year to year. Falling in between these quarter days are the cross quarter holidays of Fire Festival, Embolic, Bethane, Langnishta, maybe that's how I said it right, and Samhain. Yeah, the quarters are sometimes called the lesser sabbats and the cross quarters the greater sabbats, although neither cycle is superior to the other. In the southern hemisphere, seasons are opposite those in the north, and the sabbats are consequently celebrated at different times. While the book you are holding only focuses on Samhain, it can be helpful to know how it fits in with the cycle as a whole. The winter solstice, also called Yule or midwinter, occurs when nighttime has reached its maximum length. After solstice, the length of the days will begin to increase, though the cold darkness is upon us. There is the promise of brighter days to come. In Wiccan lore, this is the time when the young solar god is born. In some neo-pagan traditions, this is when the Holly King is destined to lose the battle to his lighter aspect, the Oak King. Candles are lit, feasts are enjoyed, and evergreen foliage is brought in the house as a reminder that, despite the harshness of winter, light and life have endured. At Embolic, also spell and blog, the ground is just starting to thaw, signaling that it's time to start preparing the fields for the approaching sowing season. We begin to awaken from our months of introspection and start to sort out what we have learned over time. while also taking the first steps to make plans for our future. Some Wiccans also bless candles at symbolic, another symbolic uh, way of coaxing along the now perplexability stronger light. On the spring equinox, also known as Astaria, night and day are again equal in length, and following this, the days will grow longer than the nights. The spring equinox is a time of renewal, a time to plant seeds as the earth once again comes to life. We decorate eggs as a symbol of hope, life, and fertility. And we perform rituals to energize ourselves so that we can find the power and passion to live and grow. In agricultural societies, Bethane marked the start to the summer seasons. Livestock were led out to graze in abundant pastures, and trees burst into beautiful and fragrant blossoms. Rituals were performed to protect crops, livestock, and people. Fires were lit and offerings were made in hopes of gaining divine protection. In Wiccan mythos, the young god impregnates the young goddess. We all have something we want to harvest by the end of the year. Plans we were determined to realize, and Bethane is a great time to enthusiastically get that process into full swing. The summer solstice is the longest day of the year. It also called Lithia or midsummer. Solar energies are at their apex, and the power of nature is at its highest. In Wiccan lore, it's the time when the solar god's power is at its greatest. So, paradoxically, his power must now start to decrease. Having impregnated the maiden goddess, who then transformed into Mother Earth, in some neo pagan traditions, this is when the Holly King once again battles his lighter aspect, this time vanquishing the Oak King. It's generally at. Whoa. I keep making words that are not there.
Make your own story again.
I know. I'm reading stories here. I'm part Piercy Jackson. Y'all are just gonna have to, you know. It's generally a time of great merriment and celebration at Luganai. I'm just gonna Luganai. The major harvest of the summer has ripened. Celebrations are held, games are played, gratitude is expressed, and feasts are enjoyed. Also known as llamas. I know how to pronounce that one. It's some words in some cultures are like more than a mouthful, and I'm like, yeah, about that. This is the time we celebrate the first harvest, whether this means the first of our garden crops or the first of our plans that have come to fruition. To celebrate the grain harvest, bread is often baked on this day. The autumn equinox, my favorite, also called Mayborn, not my favorite. I like Solomon. Marks another important seasonal change and second harvest. The sun shines equally on both hemispheres, and the lengths of night and day are not equally. Duh, 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 duh. After this point, the nights will again be longer than the days. In connection with the harvest, the day is celebrated as a festival of sacrifice and of the dying god, and tribute is paid to the sun and the fertile earth. To the Celtic people, Samhain marked the start of winter season. It was the time when the livestock was slaughtered and the final harvest was gathered before the inevitable plunge into the depths of winter's darkness. Fires were lit up to help wandering spirits on their way, and offerings were given in the names of gods and ancestors. Seen as a beginning, Samhain is now often called the Witches' New Year. We honor our ancestors, wind down our activities, and get ready for the months of introspection ahead, and the cycle can continue. The modern pagan's relationship to the wheel. Modern pagans take the inspiration from many pre Christian spiritual traditions. I disagree with that sentence in many ways. I think, in my belief, I think a lot of pre Christians take from us. So, pre Christians take from past pagans. I don't think modern pagans take anything from any pre Christians or past Christians. So, it's the only thing I disagree with this book so far. um, So, where I was at, from many pre Christian spiritual traditions, exemplified by the Wheel of the Year. A cycle of 8 festivals we recognize throughout modern pagandom today was never celebrated in full by any one particular pre Christian culture. In the 1940s and 1950s, a British man named Gerald Gardner created the new religion of Wicca by drawing on a variety of cultures and traditions, deriving and adapting practices from pre-Christian religion, animistic beliefs, folk magic, and various shamanic disciplines and Stoic orders. He combined multicultural equinox and solstice traditions with Celtic feast days and earlier European agriculture and pastoral celebrations to create a single modern model that became the framework for the Wiccan ritual year. This Wiccan ritual year is popularly or popularly followed by Wiccans and witches, as well as many eclectic pagans of various stripes. Some pagans only observe half of the Sabbats, either the quarters or the cross quarters. Other pagans reject the wheel of the year altogether and follow a festive calendar based on the culture or whatever specific path they follow rather than a nature based agrarian cycle. We all have such unique paths in paganism that it is important not to make any assumptions about another's based on your own. Maintaining an open and positive attitude is what makes the pagan community thrive. Many pagans localize the wheel of the year to their own environment. Wicca has grown to become a truly global religion. Not religion, spirituality, people. But few of us live in a climate mirroring Wicca's British Isles origins. While traditionally symbolic is the beginning of the thaw and the awakening of the earth, it is the height of winter in many northern climes. While Lammas may be a grateful celebration of the harvest for some, in areas prone to drought and forest fires, it is a dangerous and uncertain time of year. There are also the two hemispheres to consider. While it's winter in the northern hemisphere, it is summer in the southern hemisphere. Being in the south, we know about this. I want to move up to the north where my sister is. So, heck to the yes. I don't like the south. South can kiss my grass. I said grass. The stuff that grows on the ground. Grass. I don't want to get demonetized. Okay. Okay. While pagans in America are celebrating Yule and the winter solstice, pagans in Australia are celebrating midsummer. The practitioner's own lived experiences, correction, are more important than any dogma written in a book when it comes to observing the Sabbats. In the spirit, you may wish to delay or move up celebrations so that seasonal correspondence better fit your own local. Or you may emphasize different themes for each Sabbath as you experience it. This series should make such options easier or easily accessible to you. No matter what kind of place you live on the globe, may it be urban, rural, suburban, you can adapt Sabbath traditions and practices to suit your own life and environment. Nature is all around us, no matter how hard we humans try to insulate ourselves from nature's cycles. These reoccurring seasons changes are inescapable. Why would you want to escape nature? Nature is beautiful, and she may be scary, and she may be destructible, and yeah, temperamental, but she is breathtaking. You know, I nothing is more beautiful and lethal than nature, and I am in awe of her majesty. So y'all need to quit being scared of her and bow to her queen and her highness. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't me being ghetto. That's me being real. She is amazing, and that's just something you can't touch. If you want to see a goddess in the work, go watch a hurricane, go watch a tornado in a safe distance, and you can see a goddess or a god in work. It might be scary, but it's also breathtaking and beautiful at the same time, because there's no way you could see something devastating but also create life in the same sentence, because as it's destroying life, it's creating life at the same take, because as it's taking up life, there's something going to grow in its wake. It's actually fertilizing the land as it's destroying it. It's ripping up stuff, but it's also planting seeds where it's blowing the wind. A lot of people don't think about that. So I just bestowed some real knowledge upon you. You're welcome. Let me get back to reading now. Instead of swimming against the tide, as I just said, many modern pagans embrace each season's unique energies. I just want autumn all year round, okay? That's just me. Okay. Whether dark, light, or in between, and integrate these energies into aspects of our own everyday lives. Legal Sabbath's Essential series offer all the information you need in order to do just that. Each book will resemble the one you hold in your hands. The first chapter, Old Ways, share the history and lore to have been passed down, from mythology to pre-Christian traditions to any vestiges still seen in modern life. New Ways then spins those themes and elements into the manners in which pagans observe and celebrate the Sabbath. The next chapter focuses on spells and divinations appropriate to the season or based in folklore, while the following one, Recipes and Crafts, offers ideas for decorating your home, hands on crafts, and recipes that take advantage of the season offerings. The chapter Prayers and Invocations provides ready made calls and prayers you may use in rituals, meditation, or journaling. The Rituals of Celebration chapter provides three complete rituals, one for a solitaire, one for two people, and one for a group, such as a coven, circle, or grove. Feel free to adapt each or any ritual to your own needs. Substituting your own offerings, calls, invocations, magical workings, and so on. When planning a group ritual, try to be conscious of any special needs, perci- bleh, precipitants, or precipitations, or whatever. Anything that starts with the letter P may have. There are many wonderful books available that devolve into the fine points of facilitating ritual if you don't have the experience in this department. Finally, in the back of the book, you'll find a complete list of correspondence for the holiday, from magical themes to deities to food, colors, symbols, and much, 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 much more. By the end of this book, you'll have the knowledge and the inspiration to celebrate the Sabbath. I'm speaking in other languages. She's taking hold of me, y'all. you'll be able to celebrate the Sabbath with gusto. Mwah. A la duel fromage. I'm stuck on Dexter's Laboratory. What the hell? Damn it, freaking pink guy. Okay, I'm okay. Bad things. Teenagers, my 20-year-old, my for the other adults in here suffering, I'm sorry. I will share later. Okay, back to where I was. By honoring the wheel of the year, we reaffirm our connection to nature so that as her endless cycles turn, we are able to go with the flow and enjoy the ride. That ends that one. Old ways. So what I'm gonna try to do, with all seriousness, I'm gonna try to do a video a day. I'm gonna take a break on Wednesday and Thursdays because that's when my husband has his days off. So I try to spend time with him and my kikaboos and my mommies. And I know it sounds weird me saying my mommies. I might come on later and do a second part video. Let this stinking thing charge. I can plug this up in my room. Yep. I can do this in the room. I fell out of the frame again, y'all, because I'm trying to. Yeah. I can't find the hole. That's what he said. I gotta add some comedy in this to make y'all interested because I never know what kind of day y'all are having, so I gotta be a dork here and there. So yeah. So yeah, I just want to say hello, see how y'all are doing. Make sure everyone is doing okay. Make y'all laugh a little bit here and there. Because this is live and I don't know if anybody's going to... Silent Hill. Okay, I'm alright. Yeah, there's plugs and I can't get to that plug at the moment. Dre, help me. Plug it in, plug it in. I watch too much TV. I can do old school commercials. Just don't unplug nothing. If you need more room, let me know. I can pull this way and. Ooh, she got bright. I look like I put like the whitest freaking foundation on my face. The ghost is coming out of TV. Yeah, we're about ready to watch TV. So, if I have enough energy, I'll come on and work on the second chapter of the book in the group. So y'all will understand. This is the whole book we're working on, Samhain. What I'm going to be working on, I don't know if I'm typing it out or if I'm going to do the same thing. I'm probably going to take pictures and type out. I'm doing this one, the complete crystal handbook. It's pretty much goes through the emotional healing. Well, it gives you the full name of it. It'll tell you like the candle color, the fragrance, practical use, where you can use it in the workplace, magical significance, divination meaning, the zodiac. It helps, like the zodiac it correlates with, the empowerment, its type, colors, availability, physical benefits, emotional healing, its chakra. So this book is big. So I'm planning to get more books like this anyway. And then the other one I'm working on. So I'm working on a good bit of them, Witch's Altar. So I'm gonna work down. I have the broom. I have the athame. I have the cauldron. So this one's going like with the Solomon one I'm doing. So these ones I'm probably gonna read on, and some of it I might type because it's got some symbols. Some of it I can't draw, especially like yeah, I can see me trying to draw that. I'm gonna draw a stick figure. Or yeah. I could draw, but I might have to get my sons to draw that because they can draw better than I can because they've actually had advanced art class. And yeah. I'm a trace. I'm gonna do like old school. I'm gonna put the white paper against it, and I'm gonna trace it. And then the big girl in the room. Yeah, this big one. This is the one I am completely typing out because you see how thick she is. She's thick. No pun intended. So yeah, I'm gonna get this one posted up, and I keep itching my nose because cedar is a punk. For anybody watching anywhere outside of the U.S., we have a tree called cedar, which I know there might be some crazy people that, oh my god, I love cedar.
Well, it's good for like cedar or things like that. That's not good for allergies.
When you're highly allergic to it and your nose feels like there's ants up in there and just doing, and you're not an anteater, it's not nice. It's like you just like want to sniff soda to make it burn, to make it quit itching, and you want to pour boric acid in your eye to make it quit itching. It's that bad. I'm getting all kinds of graphic and gory here. It's really bad. Anyway, I'm gonna finish this video because it's been about 30 something minutes, so it's not too bad. My videos normally run longer than that, so I'm actually done pretty good. So yeah, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and let y'all go. I just had to be a dork for a minute. Anyway, guys, I will go ahead and close this video. And I don't know. I just want to be a dipshit. Oh, shoot. Demonetized. I'm trying not to cuss on here as much, guys, because I really don't want to take the risk to get demonetized. So I'm trying to behave myself and be proper etiquetely as possible, even though I have more F-bombs than the F train. So that's not nothing to be proud of, you know. I'm gonna make you bite that. Sorry, it's my elephant. Okay, I'm gonna end this. Y'all have a good night, and if I come back, I'll be back. If not, y'all have a good night. Blessed be. Love y'all wherever y'all are. Have a safe commute on y'all's Tuesday, and peace, love, chicken grease, and all that lovely ish. And yeah, night, y'all. It's not ending. End.